Hey, Michael.
Um, First up, maybe a little bit on Josh. Was he? It's a hamstring injury. How hopeful are you that he might be available this weekend?
Yeah, Michael, it's still, we will give him as much opportunity as we can to prove his fitness. So that's probably where we are at with him, uh, waiting for the medical team to give us an all clear.
And Jack Conan and Urgis Neiman, they were just soft or blood injuries, were there? No real issue with those guys.
Yeah, yeah, they were blood injuries, yeah.
Very good. Just coming towards the end of it, I don't know if it's the end of the season. I don't exactly know where we are in the season. The way the rugby season goes seems to be never ending. Have you got any sense that the players are mentally tired, dealing with all the emotions of the last few weeks?
No, not at all. No, we cracking on. It's a privilege, it's a privilege for any team to be involved in knockout stages, and it's a privilege for every team. I would say for us, definitely testing ourselves against Glasgow this coming weekend, who's the reigning champions and who obviously understands how to play knockout games. If you look at what they did last year, so it's an absolute privilege and to test ourselves against a quality side like them.
And over in the Northern Hemisphere, a lot of the players talk about the Lions being a pinnacle of their career. There's so much prestige involved in it. And when Leinster don't shy away from calling the Champions Cup their benchmark, do you have to do any extra work to get the players to focus? Because this URC final is falling between the lows of a Champions Cup semi-final defeat, and on the far side there's a Lions tour which they talk up so much. Anything worrying you about the players' focus?
No, I'm literally a defense coach. I must make them tackle and keep the points as low as possible. But like I'm not a mental expert or a mental coach or yeah. So no, that's not my my how can I say? It's not my expertise at all. I just must make sure that they are. Prepared for the challenges from an attacking point of view that Glasgow will throw at us, which is multiple, and they're striking quite some form, as you could see in their knockout game on the quarterfinal. So now that's all I focus on. The other stuff is for other people.
Very good. And just on the coaching call or a management issue, was there a discussion about the importance of treating the knockout games like knockout games? We saw Leinster taking their points, kicking points when maybe a few times during the season they would have kicked to the corner. Was that a conscious decision taken by the management that the players knew that they were just going for points at certain stages of the game?
Yeah, I think, Michael, the key is that decision will always be up to the players. I don't know if you were at the match. Were you at the match? Okay, so uh, the people who were at the match, who's maybe on this call, will be a testament to it. I think there was quite some showers during half time. So obviously the players must make a decision based on what's the conditions like. Is it a type of game? Is it slippery? Is it a type of game where when you can move the ball and apply pressure like that, or is it maybe does the condition rather suit? Playing more territory-based games. So I think that's always up to the players. So it's it's not a conscious decision. Knockout games is about applying pressure, and there's different ways of applying pressure. So I think probably trying to get the balance between ball in hand approach, defense, your kicking game, your set piece. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, there will be different ways, but it's not prescribed. It's up to the players to make a decision on that.
How do you see the defence working out over the last couple of weeks, including the Northampton game? What have you seen? Areas that you need to work on specifically? Has it levelled off from what we saw early on in the season? Maybe some of the other games when you held the team scoreless.
Yeah, like I said, even when we kept team scoreless, I mean, it is there's always things to work on. So I think after the Northampton game, obviously there was a period in that game, I think for about 10 minutes, between 28 minutes and 38 minutes, where we leaked 3 tries, which is kind of well done to Northampton. And then I think on the weekend, I think our defence is operating. You know, we at a level, sometimes things are going to go your way, sometimes things are not going to go your way. I think this weekend it was a pity the try we leaked just before half time. We were well on attack, 5 meters out from Scarlet's line, and unfortunately we didn't capitalize with our attack and knocked the ball on, and that's the beauty of knockout rugby. You've got the best teams playing in knockout games, and Scarlet's transition attack was good in that case, and they punished us for an error that we made, you know, and that's knockout rugby. If you make an error, teams are going to punish you. So you want to be in these games, and you want to test your ability as a player and as a coaching group against the top coaches and players in the competition. So that's where we are currently at. We are getting tested by the best.
And just on the nature, it's knockout rugby. Is there extra kicking practice for the guys who don't normally kick this weekend, just because of the way Munster exited on Saturday? I presume that's in the plans for this week, is it?
Yeah, no, not just for this week. I mean, it was for Europe. It was the same scenario. If in the knockout game of Europe in the semi-final and the quarter-final. So I mean, it's been something that is living within the team now since we went since after the Six Nations going into Europe. You know, so it's not just something that we go, listen, we have to pay attention to it now this week. It's something that's been living within the team for over 2 months.
What did you make of the end stages of Munster's game, the shootout? There was maybe some, I don't know, shenanigans or gamesmanship. Did you take anything from the way the Sharks acted?
No, I think if you listen to the commentary, if you have access to it, and you can hear the referee's mic in a game without the commentary, and you can just listen to what happens on the field. I mean, there's a lot of that happening in the game. So it's probably because it's silent and quiet, and it's very individualized, and it's more static, that it probably elevated. But the banter or the crack or the whatever you want to call it, the trying to get into opposition's head is something that happens throughout the game. You try and do it physically, you try to do it with your mouth, you try to do it with set piece, with a lot of things, rubbing guys' hair, faces in the ground, rubbing hair. So it happens it happens throughout the 80 minutes. So it's something that happens.
Do you notice that Irish players do that just as much, or because we probably wouldn't associate them with that?
You're masters at it. Irish, crack, isn't that the word you use? Irish have never fell on their mouths, ever.
Very good. Maybe just ask me about the Glasgow Warriors and the sense that the 2 times you faced them this season, you're probably going
Sorry, Michael. Sorry, you made the comment. Do Irish players do it? Wasn't there a thing about Pete and Sam Kane?
Yeah.
So there's your answer.
No, I take that absolutely. Yes.
Yeah,
Accepted. No, just on the Glasgow Warriors, is there? I presume you're bracing to face a different sort of team with a different attitude from the 2 times you faced them already this season.
Yeah, Michael, purely because it's a different game. Like knockout rugby is a game within the game in all facets. I mean, I think, and it's probably something that from an international stage you don't get as much exposure to. You get it in the World Cup, where you play a league stage of the competition, and then you go into a knockout stage. Where if you think Six Nations or Rugby Championship, those competition are almost a league stage. There's no do or die. You have to perform on one day. You know, you can lose a game in a Six Nations, or you can lose a game in the Rugby Championship and still end up Six Nations champion. So it's a unique competition. Or part of a competition, which is good preparation, I would say. If you look at it from an international point of view, it's good preparation for the World Cup. So it's completely different than the league stages, the competition. So yeah, that's and as we know rightly, if you look historically, or just a year ago at Glasgow, I mean they a team that relish to get into this stage of the competition where it's a completely different game. You don't have to score, like in the league game. Tries are important because you don't want to go to a kick out. You want to score more tries than the opposition, so that after extra time, you don't have to go to the kick out. So try. It's not that tries isn't important, but it's not like in the league where you get bonus points for tries and stuff like that. You literally just want to win the game. That's the most important thing.
That's brilliant, Jacques. Thanks for your time. Appreciate that, and good luck for the week.
Thank you very much. Cheers, Michael.